pilots park airplanes, pilots may only monitor their instruments during a level flight at cruising altitudes. Less is required of them when they are in thin air and things are running smoothly. However, after the touchdown, the last few minutes of the journey can be a whole different battle. Airports are busy and aircraft movements are precisely choreographed by expert air traffic controllers, ATC, and ground controllers. As such, pilots must maneuver the aircraft according to specific instructions to the allocated gate and eventually the parking stand. Parking stands are tight spaces, particularly at busy airports. Pilots must precisely park their aircraft in the correct spot. With the sheer size of the aircraft, there is very little room for error. While pilots save the aircraft wingtips from clipping through other aircraft or ground vehicles, they must also be aware of the terminal building and the attached air bridge in the front. Apart from some secondary airports that allow boarding and deboarding on the apron, most global airports use air bridges that must be attached to the aircraft's door after parking. Depending on the size of the aircraft, airport equipment, and pilot experience, there are various ways in which pilots park the aircraft at the right spot. The good old manual method pilots of smaller aircraft have a much better view of the outside than those of larger planes. Aircraft that are lower to the ground also allow pilots to have a clear line of sight of the center line that the nose wheels align with. Pilots also use their experience of perspective learned over the years and can generally align with the center line. As mentioned earlier, smaller airports may also allow ramp parking, which is much simpler than parking at a busy terminal gate. Aircraft marshalling is a process where a human guides an aircraft to its gate. It can be done through the ATC or ground marshals. Ground personnel guide aircraft to their exact position with the help of handheld illuminated beacons. This is a common sight at most airports around the world. Ground personnel may or may not have audio communication with the aircraft. Ground marshals generally signal the aircraft to keep turning left or right, slow down, stop, and shut down engines. In some cases, the pilots may be asked to follow a ground marshal so they can be navigated through tight spots. Visual Docking Guidance System, VDGS. Modern airports are equipped with VDGS systems that feature three-dimensional lasers to guide aircraft precisely to their parking spots. These systems are installed on parking stands and may recognize the type of aircraft. Pilots are directed to their gates while keeping them aligned with the center line. VDGS systems use a combination of lights, mirrors, and displays for guidance. Advanced VDGS systems can also detect obstructions on or around the parking stand. The display will alert pilots to stop if an obstacle is detected.
You guys are getting picked up? Come to me. I'm in front of the nose.